Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So one of the biggest complaints or even arguments that I get in my comment section in a lot of my Second Amendment videos is that we have a God-given right to defend ourselves. We don't need the Constitution. We don't need the Second Amendment. That right existed prior to the Second Amendment even being written. So today I want to talk about that. Do we really need the Second Amendment? This video is sponsored by EliteU, and if you haven't checked out their website yet, which is theeliteu.com, you definitely need to do that. What they offer, in my mind, is priceless. They offer open-handed skills training. They offer video training that gives you the ability to access your tool if you need to use it and defend yourself, both open hand and closed hand.
Hi, I'm Jack Nevels. I'm a 25-year Special Operations veteran. I spent 2 years in the Ranger Battalions, spent the next 23 years in the Special Forces or the Green Berets.
It's some of the best training that you're going to find out there on a video platform, and it's definitely worth checking out. Again, theeliteu.com. And I also want to say a big thank you to this channel sponsor, which is the USCCA. Click that link down below. It's 100% risk-free. They have a money-back guarantee, but I'm telling you right now, the self-defense liability insurance they offer with your membership is 100% worth it, so definitely check it out. Okay, so let's go and talk about this real quick, and I understand it's kind of a touchy subject because really what we're doing is we're talking about the difference between God-given rights and constitutionally protected rights. And there's people out there that are very passionate about both sides, when in reality, I think that both are absolutely necessary. So I believe that we do have a God-given right to protect ourselves, and we have a right to use the best tool possible to do that. And sometimes, you know, that force equalizer is the best tool that we have on hand, and so we have a God-given right prior to the Constitution ever being written. And so yes, I do agree with that, but I also think that we need the Constitution, and I'll tell you why. We need the Second Amendment. This world is run by contracts. Okay, it's run by contract. If you do not have a contract or some way to enforce something or some way to show that this something is protected, then you basically are out of luck. If you were to go to court and you didn't have a contract for something, you're pretty much SOL. A contract is a binding agreement, and basically that's what the Constitution is. It's a binding agreement with no expiration date that says, we understand, like the Founding Fathers understood, that people have a right to defend themselves. And so in the contract, which is, you know, our Bill of Rights, they put that we have a Second Amendment right and the people have the right to keep and bear arms. They put that in there to protect it. So instead of just saying, or having a government that just can say, no, you know, we're just not gonna stick to it. You guys don't have any way to make us stick to it. There's no legal ramifications if we don't stick to it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take everything you own. They knew that they needed a contract. And so that's basically what they did. They wrote the Bill of Rights as a contract that could hold up in court. And so, again, while we have those God-given rights, the Second Amendment and the Constitution is the contract that holds up their end of the bargain. So they have to be bound by that, the same way that anybody else or any two other parties would be bound by their contract. It's a binding agreement between the original Founding Fathers, our government, the government that still exists today, and the people of this country, the people that still exist today. So it's basically just a binding contract, and we need it. Because again, if you were to go up to, let's say, the Supreme Court, and that particular part of the contract didn't exist, there would be no way to enforce it. So we need both things. Now, obviously, there's still going to be those people out there who are going to say if they get rid of the Second Amendment altogether, if there's a, let's just say there's a conference, they get rid of the Second Amendment, they say that it's no longer relevant, so they're removing it from the Constitution. They say that that won't change anything. I still have my right. I still, you know, I'm not going to change the way that I do things because this is a right that was given to me under God. And so it doesn't matter if it's there or if it's taken away because they can't do anything about it. Well, really what it's there for, too, is to keep things from getting to that point, right? So if it says in there specifically that the government can't do this to us, it gives us a way to go through the court system in order to stop any further action or even reverse action that the government's taken to restrict us of those rights. And it's a more civil way to go about things without things escalating to possible conflict. So it was really insightful of our Founding Fathers to add that in there because, again, it gives us a way to have something on paper, which is the big thing, having it on paper, right? It gives us a way to have something on paper to prove that this was intentional, that we understood that this is a God-given right, and again, a way to fight back in court without things getting too out of control. So for me, I think that they're both necessary. A good, solid understanding of, your God-given rights and human rights in general, and a good understanding of why the Constitution exists, why it's there, what it's for, and what it does for us. So instead of just leaving a comment, under a video, or, just saying it's a God-given right, so even if they take it away, I don't care, we need to fight for both. We need to make sure that we protect both. It's in my mind at least, it's extremely important. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Curious to hear what you guys think about that particular topic. If you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a good one.